Hello, I'm Andy, and a star is born on the 4th of October, and that would be you listening to me. Yes, you are a star, and what an inventive star you have, and what a different personality you have, and a character that's so intriguing, and what a different kind of a person that you believe that you are. Yes, you can be a loner because you are in that kind of a world stream, which makes you very different from others. I might say you're a bit abnormal because you're a genius of some kind, a genius who will be an inventor in his or her life, and a genius who will come up with all the futuristic ways to help the information technology on its way to become even more interesting. Yes, you're born to be in IT, and that's where you should have your base. Your compatibility will not be very good with people because you are just born very different. And very often, when you get into a partnership, it can either break very fast or it may just be the most romantic, but sometimes the most painful of all partnerships. Well, that's kind of a person you are. You have writing skills, you have speaking skills, and you are a person, I might say, who has all these possibilities of showing off your best ways of creativity as well. These skills that you have, you can put them into motion, but sometimes you may find failure, and that would be because you have no research in you. Because many of your planets make you move very quickly and very impulsively and impatiently and hastily. You have to learn to slow down, and you can slow down by using research in all of your plans. Only then you will be very sure of bringing the success. Otherwise, through the impulsive and hastiness, you very often will make mistakes and have to go back to square one. You have many talents. In fact, you have too many talents. The creative planets can make you very lucky. You could be a hairstylist, you could be a decorator, you could be, of course, in the IT business. You could be a wonderful lawyer who will see things from a different perspective. And you could also be a wonderful doctor who will see things in a different way because you'll have that magical touch about you to know what your future is going to do. And you will transfer that energy to your patients as a doctor. You could easily want to do business because you'll be happier with your own destiny and your own fate under your control. Because you just won't fit in where you have to work for people unless they understand you. So, as a matter of time, you'll be on your own and you will do that wonderful business of yours. Talking of compatibility, it's not easy to be compatible with you because, firstly, as I said, you are a loner. And secondly, your wavelength of thinking is very different from people. And to get that same type of wavelength with you will never be the same because you have planets that keep you changing, keep you advancing, and keep you always at different levels in your life. But that's very good because that's the way you ought to be. And you'll be a loner all your life. Not totally a loner, but you'll be happiest when you're on your own, where you can fathom out your ambitions and really know which direction to take in life. Don't marry early. A star is born on the 4th of October, but don't marry early because if you do, it's going to hinder all your plans. It's good for you to be on your own. I would say that think of marriage at the age of 31, 32, and 33, that by that time you'll have your base. By that time you will know what you want. By that time you'll have control over your destiny. By that time you'll have a lot of money. And that's when you want to settle down if you want to settle down at all. Sometimes people like you will not settle down at all. They won't be lonely. They'll have wonderful friends and they'll be in that world of information technology. So you could never be lonely. I'm going to give you some ages. I call this the milestones in your life. And the first ages I'm going to give you are considered positive ages, which will make you very lucky when you enter these ages. And your positive ages are the age of 4. Yes, at 4, you could become very lucky. Your parents may start to do well. You may move to a better country, all that. So at the age of 4, 13, 22, 31, 40, 49, 58, 67, 76, 85, or 94 years old. These are the milestones of your life which are going to bring a lot of happiness and a lot of prosperity and a lot of satisfaction. I'll give you another set of that, and that would be your ages of 6, 15, 24, 33, 42, 51, 60, 69, 78, or 87 or 96 years old. You will also have wonderful news as you approach these ages. And when you get into these ages, you'll see the success rate will be very high in every possible way, bringing you happiness and prosperity. I'm going to give you one set of ages, which I call the negative ages. So we have positive cycles, and these would be the ages, and we have negative cycles. And and you will find when you look back that your age of 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, and 90. They would be very troublesome ages. As you approach them, the trouble will start to loom. And as you get into these ages, there's a lot that you will break off. All the good things, and you will detach yourself from all those who will help you and make all those very bad mistakes. So when you see me for a 90-minute session, I'll be able to talk to you about your next 9 years, the ages and the calendar years, how they connect with each other, how to get the best and sometimes worry about the worst. And I'll show you your lucky colors and lucky gemstones and lucky days and lucky directions, a lot of ways to get that harmony created for yourself. And I'll show you what you should do in your lifetime in terms of job or business or investments or whatever. And talking about that, apart from IT, you can be a very professional person, a lawyer, a doctor, an architect, whatever. But you'll always be different from the rest because your outlook will be very different. And sometimes you'll have problems because of this. So don't be too outlandish, meaning don't go out too much into the future. Because if you do, then nobody will understand your plans except you. And that's how sometimes, time and again, your ideas, which are fantastic, they will fail because you never did any research. That's why. So always remember that magic word, research. And then with the research, you will be able to build your foundation and you will do extremely well. Well, you have a horoscope, I might say, that would like business rather than a job. Simply because in a job, you are not right to take instructions too readily because you have your different wavelength of thinking. But a job will give you all that exposure. That's important. So don't go into business too early. I would say that the earliest would be the age of 26. But then in my experience, people born on the 4th of October, their ages of 27 and 28, they just go downhill a lot. And so I would say the business should start at the age of 31, 32, or 33. That would be better for you. Well, you are going to be one of those different people who is going to change the landscape of the world and the lifestyle of the people because your inventiveness has no limit. You could be inventing a new way the kettles should work so that people boiling water may have different types of kettles. And you could go into the area of communication and figure out how different ways of communication can take place. You'll never stop because you'll be always yearning to look into the future and changing the patterns of our lives. And thank you for that because you make life very interesting for people. Yes, you could be very rebellious, very revolutionary. You could start the change of a country. And of course, that would make you against the law, which I wouldn't be surprised because there are planets here that also make you have no satisfaction easily because it makes you a perfectionist. So you will go on and on looking for that perfect situation for yourself and for the world itself. And that can get you into deep trouble. So don't go into politics if I were you, because you just won't fit into those rules. Stay independent and do things your way. And your good ages will make you successful. And of course, there are also bad ages. So when you see me for the 90-minute session, I'll talk to you about your next 9 years and tell you the good ones, the bad ones, and how to get around them. So a lot is going to be taught to you. And if you like to play lotteries, I'll show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers. Lottery is a system. You get into the system and you know how it works. And with the aid of your soul and the aid of all those special gifts given to you, then you will have a chance to win your lotteries. And I will show you as well how to reach that magic energy. It's a triology. It's all about the planets, it's all about you, and it's all about your soul. This triology, if you get it right, then the harmonizing will be perfect, and that will make you a very happy and lucky person in the world. If you can't harmonize, then you will see ups and downs will be created. And I'll show you how to create the harmony through your lucky colors, lucky gemstones, lucky days, lucky directions, and a lot of other energies as well. So with all this knowledge, then you will be a wonderful, successful person and a happy one as well. Well, this is my email. Send me this email and let's get down to business and have this 90-minute session. And a bit more about you. You are an artist of some kind. It could be dancing, it could be entertainment, it could be music, it could be a painter, it could be anything. But whatever you are, you will be different. And the difference will be because you think differently and your outlook is different. That's the special part of being born on the 4th of October, to be that different personality. Sometimes you get yourself into trouble by being too different. And sometimes you make that breakthrough, which is going to be super. So it's always the extreme for you. It's either extreme up or extreme down. You're not happy to be in the middle. And that's the way you are. It would be good if I talk to you for this 90-minute session, especially for your compatibility, because your compatibility is going to be very difficult with the person you settle down as marriage and have children, or with the job, business, the finance areas, or even in your friendship, or even in sport, in anything that has compatibility or partnership. You'll have to work very, very hard because you just are very, very different. That's why. And that's what makes you outstandingly a different person. You'll have the chance to change the landscape of whatever you live. I've known architects who are born on the 4th of October, and they come up with designs which are so futuristic that is unbelievable. And you either get very easily accepted or you get not accepted at all. That's all about you. So try and learn the middle path as well. Not everybody can be like you. Don't build a spaceship and expect us to call that our home. But I can see that people have made it that way. I've been to some houses like that. And they like it because they like that modernization of life. And that's you. All about modernization. But there is also traditional values. I don't want you to forget about traditionalism. So traditional values are everything that you do as you were brought up, because your parents probably are more traditional like you. They didn't have that all that about these wonderful computers and all the knowledge and the apps that are coming out every day. So tell yourself that you have part of you to be also thinking traditionally. Otherwise, you'll just be, as I said, too outlandish. People will think that you are sometimes crazy. And as a lawyer, yes, you could be a lawyer and a very interesting one who will see things very differently and come out with ideas and say things where the judge will also be confused because you will be right, but you'll be so different. Well, I look forward one day to seeing you for a 90-minute session so that I'll make you understand who you really are. That will be the important part. And the next 9 years, when I see you, talk to you about your next 9 years, age by age, calendar year by calendar year, all areas of your life, you'll go into that. In the meantime, I wish you a very good life. And remember, you're a very special person because you're a very different person. And I wish you a good life. Thank you. Goodbye.